Alright, if you are craving real adventure on Switch and Switch 2 in 2026, this is my personal must playlist. I am talking exploration, mystery, big story moments, and that feeling of getting totally pulled into a new world. Some of these are cozy, some are creepy, and a couple will absolutely steal your entire weekend if you let them. Let's jump in. Blueprints is the kind of adventure that makes me feel smart and completely lost at the same time. You walk into this weird mansion where every door is a choice, and the rooms you draft change the whole run. One day, you are solving logic puzzles in a library. The next, you are hunting clues in a greenhouse that was not there before. I love how it mixes calm brain work with that creeping mystery vibe, like you are always one step from cracking the big secret. It is also perfect on Switch because it fits short sessions, but you will keep saying one more run. If you like puzzles that respect your time and still surprise you, this one is an easy 10 out of 10. Sound design is subtle, and the atmosphere stays in your head longer. Hollow Knight is still my go-to example of a perfect adventure you can carry anywhere. It starts simple, a tiny bug with a nail, but the world just keeps unfolding into this huge underground kingdom. Every new ability changes how you move, and suddenly an old area has a secret path you missed for hours. The combat feels clean and fair, and the bosses teach you patterns without feeling cheap. What really gets me, though, is the mood. The music is lonely, the ruins are beautiful, and the story is there if you pay attention. On Switch, it is dangerously easy to lose an entire evening exploring one more tunnel. If you have never played it or you bounced off early, give it another shot. The Switch 2 upgrade makes it smoother, but the magic was the map design. Dispatch surprised me because it feels like playing a good animated series, except I am the one picking the awkward replies. You are basically managing a chaotic team of ex-villains while trying to keep your own life together. And the writing is sharp in that classic choice-driven way. I like how it balances jokes with real stakes, so it is not just meme humor. The best moments are when you are forced to decide who gets the next mission, knowing somebody will be mad either way. It is more about people than puzzles, but it still scratches that adventure itch, since you are always uncovering backstory and consequences. If you miss the old Telltale vibe, this hits the spot on Switch. Episodes fit handheld sessions well, and love ending a night on a cliffhanger choice every time.
So, you need to get the fuck out of here. No, we can do this the easy way. Fuck.
There. Easy way. You're gonna hit me now, right?
Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition is the big sci-fi adventure I wanted on a handheld for years. Mira feels massive, like you can pick a direction and just get lost in weird alien wildlife and giant landmarks. The main story is cool, but I play it for the exploration loop, climbing cliffs, scanning new species, and finding caves that look like they belong in a movie. Then you finally earn the Skell, and the game basically turns into a mech road trip with faster travel and fights that feel totally different. It is also one of those games where side missions matter because they build the city and make the world feel alive. If you like long RPG adventures with a huge sense of scale, this is my easy recommendation. I still stop to admire the skybox during flights.
I'll blast a hole right Use an aura! Get control of the battle! I feel amazing!
Spiral hole!
Use an aura?
Planet of Lana II is my kind of cozy adventure, the one that looks like a watercolor film but still keeps you tense. You control an older Lana and her little buddy Moi, and the whole game is built around teamwork, timing, and trusting that your companion will do the right thing. I am a sucker for puzzle adventures where you are not just pushing boxes, but actually reading the environment and using small animations as hints. The pacing also matters, quiet walking sections that let the world breathe, then sudden moments where you have to sprint and improvise. It is emotional without trying too hard, and the art direction is so clean that I take screenshots constantly. If you want an adventure that feels gentle but still smart, this is a perfect pick. Play it with headphones, trust me. Resident Evil Village is not a relaxing adventure, but it is absolutely a must-play if you like spooky exploration with big set pieces. The first hours are pure tension, creeping through snow, listening for footsteps, and trying to survive with limited ammo. Then it keeps switching styles from classic mansion-style puzzles to full-on action sequences, and somehow it works. What I love most is how the locations have personality. The castle is gothic and gorgeous, the village hub feels unsafe even when it is quiet, and every new area has its own rules. It is also a rare horror game where replaying feels good, because you learn routes and start feeling confident. If you skipped it because you thought it was too scary, try it on handheld with the lights on. The sound makes my hair stand. Sound makes my...
Looks like your outside matches your inside now. Such a glitch.
You'll die a painful death.
Subnautica on Switch 2 is the definition of adventure for me, because you are not just exploring, you are learning how to survive in a totally alien ocean. The first dive is scary, then it turns into this loop of curiosity, scanning creatures, grabbing resources, and building a base that feels like home. I love how the game uses sound and distance, that moment when you hear something huge in the dark and you realize you are too far from your pod. Progress is all about pushing a little deeper, crafting better gear, and finally reaching biomes that look unreal. It is also a great game for stories, because every player has their own, like the first time you lose a vehicle and have to swim back, panicking. If you want pure exploration, start here. Just remember to save often. Trails Beyond the Horizon is for anyone who wants an adventure that feels like a long-running TV saga. These games are all about characters, friendships, and politics that slowly build, and this entry keeps that vibe while pushing the stakes forward. I like that you spend as much time talking, investigating, and learning about towns as you do fighting. When the big battles hit, they matter because you actually care about the people involved. The combat is turn-based but flashy, and I always end up tweaking party builds more than I expect. The best part, though, is the payoff. Little details from early chapters come back later, and it makes the world feel connected in a way most RPGs never pull off. If you want a chill, story-heavy adventure for a weekend, this will eat your time.
Way to fire me up! Chop, chop! Cut down my enemies!
Son of a...
Here I go!
Dragon Quest VII. Reimagined is exactly the kind of comfort adventure I grew up with, but it feels fresh again. The new diorama-style visuals make every town look like a little storybook set, and it somehow matches the series vibe perfectly. What makes 7 special is the sense of discovery. You start on a tiny island thinking the world is small, then you keep uncovering new places and realizing there is way more going on. It is a classic quest with classic humor, but it also has some surprisingly emotional chapters that hit harder as you get older. Battles are turn-based and easy to read, which makes it great for handheld play. If you want an RPG adventure that you can play slow, talk to everyone, and just enjoy, this is a top-tier pick for years ahead.
Phew.
REANIMAL is the darker, creepier adventure on this list, and I save it for nights when I want chills. You control 2 siblings trying to rescue friends on a twisted island, and the game leans into teamwork, hiding, and solving problems instead of fighting. I love horror adventures that make you read the environment, listening for sounds, checking shadows, and moving only when it feels safe. The pacing works great in cooperative play because you are always calling out, asking someone to boost you up or yank a lever on time. Even solo, it still feels like a shared survival story. It reminds me why I fell in love with spooky platform adventures in the first place, but it goes bigger and nastier. If you want a cooperative session that is equal parts laughter and panic, this is it. And that is my 2026 adventure hit list for Switch and Switch 2. If you have been playing any of these, tell me which one owned your free time, because I love hearing people's little disaster stories, especially in Subnautica. And if I missed your favorite adventure, drop it in the comments so I can check it out for the next list.